Alright guys, so I'm just going to show you a simple video of how to take apart a Blackberry Curve 8330. I have the Sprint model, but this should work on any of the 8330s. So the first step, which is pretty obvious, is you're going to want to take out the battery. And by the way, for this you will need a Torx screwdriver, specifically a T5 and a T6. So you just took out the battery. So I'm going to just lay this stuff over here. And you're going to take out these two screws first. You may have a white piece of, plastic like you see here. Just rip that off. So I'm just going to take these out real quick. So the reasons you may want to do this is, A, just to take it apart, just for fun. Or maybe you need to replace your LCD, or you can even replace your microphone doing this. The reason I did it is because my whole thing broke completely, so I got a new phone and decided I just want to take this apart. So I'm just gonna put these screws over here. There's two different types of screws on this phone, and there's the longer ones, which are T5, and then shorter ones, which are T6, which, speaking of which, I'll switch it to T6. So then the next thing you're going to want to do is this clip down here comes out, and that is a pretty big thing you will need to have off. So you can use like a safe clip tool like those people buy. I don't have one, so I'm just going to use a mechanical pencil because it's still plastic. So go under the screw and just lift up, and it will come up a bit, and then come over here, lift under that. You're going to want to do this one first because you'll have some leverage, and then just flip the phone around and pull it out. Maybe. Got it. And you can see there's the clips where it's attached, so if you have that safe tool, you can come around and go around here and get it out, but the pencil wouldn't really work for that. So let me just set that aside. So now what you're going to want to do is take the front part of the phone off. Once again, this is something you want that safe clip for, but I don't have it, so I'm going to use a pencil. And there's just little clips all on the side of these, and they will just pop right out if you jam something thick enough in there. But to do this, you do need to have those screws out first, because the screws attach this by the top. Alright, so now once you have that out, you see you have your keyboard. And so that's another reason you might want to do this, is to replace your keyboard. Because, as you can see, mine is severely cracked multiple ways. That's what you get when you have it for a year and a half. I'm not going to even worry about that, but... So, there you go. There's that off. Let me lay that aside. There's that little piece of white tape. And so now, you have it just like this. And you can go further, and we will in a second, but just to show you guys real quick how to take this out, this is the trackball, and to do that you can just take a simple screwdriver or anything sharp and jam it right under there. Well, I'm looking for something sharp enough that'll work. So I have a simple flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to go under this button and lift it up. There's a few points of pressure where you'll want to lift it up from. And like I just did. Like, you can lift it up from the front, or you can jam it under there. That's the way you would normally do it without taking apart the phone. So you have this little ring, and you can see that it has 3 clips. The front, where there's no clip, that'll be on the front of the phone, closer to the top. And then of course you have your trackball. But all this you can do without taking the phone apart. And so now you're going to want to take these screws off. For this you'll need the T6, not the T5 like you used before. And just take those out. Lay them to the side where they won't get lost. Some people will put tape on it. I just don't do that because I have an even desk. Just one more. And this might be harder for you guys because I've taken this phone apart and put it back together like 3 times in the past day. So my phone is really loose. Oh, Come on. Alright. So now you have all the screws out. Those are the only screws in the device. There's only 6 on here, surprisingly. And so then, all you're going to want to do is come over here, and these sides will pop right off. I mean, they do for me. For you, there might be a little bit of prying, maybe using this tool. And lay that aside. Take off both of them. And this part is where I was a little confused because I couldn't find a video that quite explained this. So I'm going to explain it better for you guys. But this, the motherboard, or whatever you want to call it, is still attached to this back plastic part. It will be extremely hard for you to take it off, so there's a few pressure points. There's one right here. You see that little black thing? That's a pressure point, and that will come right off. And then there's a pressure point here. And up here where these two things, where these two lock in. So then you have this piece off. This is where you would replace the speaker from, if you could possibly figure out how to do that. Or if you were just to need a new charger or something. So let me lay that aside. And from now there's only like 2 or 3 things that you can do. You have this clip, which it does clip on up here, but like I said, I've been playing with it so much that it's really loose, but you'll have to pull it up on yours. And this is the actual speaker. So if you get another one of these pieces, you can use a completely different speaker if yours is broken, and then it'll just sync right up and work perfect. And if you need to replace your LCD, you'll just want to lift this little clip up, and then it will be attached with some type of sticky substance, and just pull up slowly, and there you go, your LCD's off. So that's how you take this device apart. I mean, you have everything you could possibly need. It's pretty compact with very few screws, and should be a pretty easy project if you're willing to risk it. Alright, this is Joey from IXJCTX. Hope you enjoyed it.